Hello, I'm Natasha. Welcome to your gentle Hatha and Yin practice. Today we're going to focus on alleviating tension and stress from the lower back and hips, two areas that can sometimes cause us a lot of grief. So, what I'd like you to have, if possible, for your practice today is two yoga blocks and a yoga belt. If you don't have two yoga blocks, you can always get creative and use a stack of books. If you don't have a yoga belt, you could also just use a regular belt, a long scarf, or even a dog leash. So, just take a moment to gather your props now, and then let's begin. If you would like to sit on a folded blanket, sometimes that can give you a little bit more support for the lower back and the hips. If you're really tight in the lower back, go ahead and sit on one yoga block to elevate the pelvis and hips. So once you feel settled, once you're organized, just come into a simple seated cross-legged position. You can close your eyes or just have a very soft focus. We're just going to spend a few moments to take the time to ground into our bodies and prepare for our practice today. Just beginning to sense your body here, sense that heaviness down through the sits bones, your legs, and your feet. And then also just take that time to notice that gentle lengthening up through your spine. And then there's that broadening across your chest and your collarbones. Really just consciously soften and relax your shoulders down. And then take this time to consciously soften and relax your face. Relax the inside and the outside of your mouth. Unclench your back teeth. And as you just start to settle here in stillness for a few moments, I invite you to observe the flow of your breath moving in and out of your nostrils. So perhaps the air is a little bit cooler as you breathe in through your nose. And then the air is a little bit warmer as you exhale through your nose. Noticing your thoughts that are coming and going. If your mind is a bit distracted right now, your mind is wandering off, don't worry about it. That's okay. But what you can do is just gently bring your awareness back to the breath moving in and out of your nose. So, using that technique to ground you into this experience to become present to your body and your practice. Noticing where you are at physically, mentally, and even emotionally today, without any judgment, just observing. So, when you can notice these things, you can bring that much more awareness and integrity into your practice. So, let's just take one more breath here. Inhale. And if you like, just exhale gently through your mouth. And then if your eyes are closed, just slowly float your eyes open, coming back into the room, and then just release your legs and shake your legs up. Now, if you can, just cross the other leg in front, and we're going to come back into a cross-legged position. We're just going to spend some time to begin with opening the sides of the body and into the waist. When those two areas are tight, that can also start to create tension and tightness in the lower back. So just bring your arms beside you, tending onto all 10 fingertips, and again, have that sense of grounding through the sits bones, the legs, and the feet. As you gently lengthen up through your spine, your chin is level with your forehead. We'll take a breath in and exhale, relaxing your shoulders. Inhale, float your right arm all the way up. And then as you exhale, you're just going to bend over to the left. And then inhale, you're just going to come up a little bit. So we're just adding a gentle flow here. And then exhale, lean over to the left. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. So you can either keep your focus towards the screen, or at this point, to release the tension through the neck a bit more, just turn your focus so you're looking down towards your left hand. If you can, reach a little bit more through your right arm, hand, and fingertips. And if you notice that you're leaning a bit heavy onto that left side, your right butt cheek has moved off your mat, firmly press into your left hand to press back towards that right side so both sits bones are equally connecting to your mat. Let's just take 3 more breaths here. Inhale, breathe deeply into that whole right side. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, bring yourself up. Exhale, lower your arm down. Okay, at this point, just release your legs, wiggle the legs a little bit, and then you're just going to cross that other leg in front. Again, reorganize through the spine, nice long spine as you ground down through the legs and the feet. Shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, float your left arm up, and then exhale, just lean over to the right. And let's just flow this out a little bit. Inhale, just come up a bit, and exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, bring yourself up a little bit. Exhale, lean to the right. And then one more time. Inhale, come up a bit. And exhale, leaning over to the right. Right? You can look over towards your right hand or look towards the screen. If you're leaning a bit heavy on that right side, press firmly into your right hand to press back towards that left side. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Inhale, reaching through your left arm, hand, and fingertips. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, bring yourself up. Exhale, lower your arm down. And then from here, just release your legs, shaking your legs out. Okay, now I want you to just bring yourself up onto all fours. If you do have sensitive knees and you need a bit of extra padding on your knees, then you can just take your blanket, place it on top of your mat, and then you can place your knees on top of the blanket, right? As you come onto all fours, if any of you have any wrist issues, it bothers your wrist to come onto all fours, then just make 2 fists with your hands, and that will support your wrist joints a little bit more. Otherwise, just staying on the palms of your hands. Be mindful to spread your fingers and connect into all 10 fingertips. You can either have your toes tucked under if you want to open up the toe joints a little bit more, or just allow the tops of your feet to rest down onto your yoga mat. Notice if you're sinking a lot in the lumbar spine or if you're really tucking the tailbone under. What I want you to find here is just that neutral pelvis, so there's a little bit of curve into the lower back and there's a nice connection into the lower belly, right? So you're starting to hug your transverse abdominals towards one another. Let's just take 1 more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, hugging the transverse abdominals, the lower abdominals towards one another. So you're gently moving the navel in towards the spine. Let's take another breath. Inhale, release the tailbone. Just lift the chest, keep the focus forward. And then as you exhale, just rounding through the back body. So we're just moving through a cat-cow flow. Inhale, releasing the tailbone back, gently lifting the front spine, keeping the chin level with the forehead. And exhale, rounding through the back body. So if you're moving at a different pace in my voice, that's totally fine. Just moving into your own natural rhythm and flow. Awakening the front and the back of your body. And this is also a nice opportunity for you to notice where you may be holding on to any residual tension in the spine. So whether you're flexing or extending, right? You might just want to pause there for a few extra breaths and breathe into those areas that are just feeling a little bit more tight or congested today. Let's do a few more rounds of cat-cow. And then on your next exhale breath, I invite you just to come back into child's pose. So as you come into child's pose, you can open up your knees just a little bit wider, release your forehead down. If your forehead doesn't quite connect down to your mat, either stack hand on top of hand, or you can take a yoga block and place a yoga block under your forehead. And this actually will just make it a little bit more restorative as well. So whatever feels better for you. Arms can be forward, or you can also drape your arms beside your body, maybe even bringing your legs closer together if you like. Let's just pause here for a few breaths. Take some breaths together. Exhale through your nose. Breathing into your belly, into your lower back. Exhale, relaxing your belly, relaxing your lower back. Breathing into your mid-chest and mid-back. So your breath is creating space. Exhale, soften your mid-chest, soften your mid-back. Breathing into your upper chest and upper back. Exhale, let go of any extra tension and stress in your upper chest and upper back. We'll just take one more breath here. Inhale, breathing into your arms, hands, fingertips to the ends of your body. And exhale if you like through your mouth. Okay, so in your next inhale breath, please just bring yourself up onto all fours. And at this point, just make sure you have your 2 yoga blocks. Again, if you don't have yoga blocks, you don't necessarily need them, or you could also use a stack of books, right? The yoga blocks are essentially just going to support your arms and your hands. So as you come onto all fours, again, just finding that neutral pelvis, neutral spine. On your inhale breath, please just float your right leg behind you. That will just start to open the hip. And exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Okay, so if it's a struggle for you to touch the floor here, or there's a lot of strain in any other areas of your body, then just use 2 blocks underneath your hands. If you want to keep that blanket under your knee, you can, or even just fold your yoga mat underneath your left knee to give it a little bit of extra padding. Okay, and just notice how your body's feeling here. So you can stay here in this first basic shape. If you're feeling a lot of sensation, it's enough for you, then just stay here. If you feel you can go a little bit further, then what you're going to do is just tuck your left toes under, lift up your left kneecap, and then just shimmy your left leg back a little bit. So that will lengthen your lunge. If you have a little bit more room, you might be able to let the pelvis move forward, right? So the pubic bone becomes heavy, and that will create more sensation and stretch through your left quad, hip flexor, and even your psoas muscle. Be mindful of the shoulders. Sometimes when we're feeling other things in other areas of the body, or we can hold tension in the upper body, right? So just take this moment to soften the shoulders down. I'm just going to pause here for 5 full breaths. Let's begin. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Soften and relax your face. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Okay, so on your next inhale breath, just shift the pelvis back and you're floating your right toes off your mat. I'll just move my blocks out of the way so you can see that a little bit better. If you're tight in your hamstring, you're going to keep your right leg bent. Okay, just take a breath in and exhale. And remember, your hands can be on blocks if you need to. Okay, so we're going to flow this out. Inhale, sending the weight forward. And exhale, sending the weight back. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, sending the weight forward. You can gently lift the front spine if you need to. And exhale, sending the weight back. My toes are off the mat. Inhale, sending the weight forward. And exhale, sending the weight back. Now we're going to pause here. Okay, again, notice the quality of your right hamstring. If it's tight, keep the right leg bent. There is a lot of activity in your right foot, so you can think about drawing your toes towards you. Notice if your right hip is slightly moving forward. If you can, just give yourself that subtle adjustment by hugging your right hip back. Try and keep a long spine here to begin with. Take an inhale breath, reaching your heart towards your toes, and then exhale. Start to draw your nose down towards your knees. So there'll be a certain point when you start to round your spine. That's fine. If your nose doesn't touch your knee, don't worry about it. That's also fine. If it's too much for you to fold forward, then just keep your chest lifted, right? So there's variations here. Okay, we're just going to stay here for 5 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. Breathe into the sensation that you're experiencing. Inhale, creating space with your breath. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. And then from here, send your weight forward, coming back into your lunge. So from here, you're going to start to walk your right foot out to the right. So it's on the um, edge of your yoga mat, and you're going to bring your hands and arms on the inside line of your right leg. So again, you can have your hands on blocks. If you have a bit more mobility, you can also bring your hands down onto the floor. So you can stay in this higher position, or if you'd like to move into stage 2, just start to lower yourself down, forearms and elbows connecting either to your blocks, or some of you might be able to come a bit lower. If you have one elbow off your mat, my suggestion would be to keep your arms supported with some props. And again, you can just let the pelvis become heavy here, the pubic bone becoming heavy. Again, notice if the shoulders are up, relax your shoulders down. And if you have a little bit of extra room in your body, what I want you to do is just roll to the outer edge of your right foot. So your right big toe comes off your yoga mat, and you might start to feel some sensation in the right inner hip and thigh. I'm just going to hang out here for 1 more minute. Okay, so again, notice if the shoulders are moving up, soften the shoulders down, soften and relax your face. Breathing deeply into those areas that are feeling tight and congested. Really just letting your breath do the work for you. Right? Smooth, steady inhale. Smooth, steady exhale. Okay, you're almost there, about another 15 seconds. Okay, so just start to take one more breath here. Inhale. And then if you like, exhale through your mouth. If you're still on the side of that foot, roll back to the big toe. If you're on your forearms, just bring yourself back up onto your hands, right? Mindfully walk your right foot back to the center of your yoga mat. And then just step your right leg back behind you. Okay, and then you can just wiggle your legs out a little bit. And then sometimes it can be nice either just to move the body around, right? So you can just move through a few rounds of cat-cow, just to release some of that concentrated energy. Or you might even want to move into downward facing dog if you're comfortable with doing down dog. And you can just start to pedal your feet in down dog. Okay, and if you're just still moving around, just take one more round of whatever you're doing. If you're in down dog, just drop your knees down. And before you move on to the other side, we're just going to take a moment of rest just to essentially neutralize and rebalance the body before you move on to the second side. So you're going to move into crocodile pose. If you have a blanket under your pelvis, you can just keep it there. Have your big toes touching, heels flopping out to the side. Then you're going to bring your arms forward, elbows pointing out to the side, either resting your forehead on your hands, or you can turn your head to the right or turn your head to the left. So I just want you to take this moment to rest here as you neutralize the body. Take this opportunity to notice the whole right side of your body. And then take this moment to notice the whole left side of your body. Notice if the right side feels perhaps a little bit more spacious or longer compared to the left. If you're not noticing much, that's fine too, right? Just be present to your experience. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, and then as you're ready, if you need to rest there for a little longer, that's fine. As you're ready, you're just going to bring yourself back up onto all fours. Again, you can have that blanket underneath your knees. If you are using props, then just have those props close by. Inhale when you're ready, float your left leg behind you. And exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Again, if you need those blocks, just bring those blocks on either side of your left foot. So remember, you can just stay in this first basic shape if that's enough for you, or tuck your right toes under, lift up the right knee, wiggle the right leg back a little bit, and then lower the knee down. If you have that room, you might be able to shift the pelvis forward a little bit more. And we'll just stay here for 5 full breaths. Soften and relax your shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, keeping the face relaxed. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Okay, and then on your next inhale breath, you're going to just start to shift your way back. You can walk your hands back either on the hands, or just keep your hands on your blocks, right? If you're tightening your hamstring, bend your left leg so there's less strain in that hamstring, right? My left foot is off the mat, my toes are moving towards me. Okay, we'll just flow this out. Take a breath in, exhale, move forward. Inhale, move back, and exhale, move forward. And inhale, move back. And now you're just going to pause here, okay, for a little bit longer. Soften the shoulders down using props under your hands if you need to. Bend your left leg if you need to a bit. Notice if your left hip is slightly elevated. Drop the sit bone down. Hug your left hip back a little bit to align the hips. Inhale, lengthen the front spine. Exhale, if you can, start to draw your nose down towards your knee. If the spine starts to round a little bit, that's okay. If your nose doesn't touch your knee, don't worry about it, right? Just work to your ability. And we'll stay here for 5 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Okay, so shift the weight forward, coming back into your lunge, and then walk your left foot out to the edge of your yoga mat on the left side. Bring your blocks, if you're using blocks, on the inside line of the leg. Bring your arms and hands on the inside line of the leg, right? So you can stay up on the hands if this is enough work for you, or at this point, release down towards the elbows, either on the ground or on your blocks, interlacing your fingers if you like. Soften and relax your shoulders down. And now if you have a little bit more mobility in that hip, you might be able to roll to the outer edge of that left foot towards the baby toe as your right big toe moves off your yoga mat. Okay, we'll just stay here for 1 full minute. Keep the shoulders relaxed, keep your face relaxed, cultivating a smooth, steady inhale and a smooth, Steady exhale, letting your breath create that space in your body. Be mindful to all of the sensations that you're experiencing in your body, right? If it starts to become too much, just adjust your body, right? So you don't ever want to be extending into your joints or overstretching your ligaments. Be mindful to sensations. You want to be experiencing sensation, but you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to overstretch. Okay, we're almost there. Just take one more big breath in and exhale. If you're on the side of the foot, then just come back to the big toe. Bring yourself back up onto your hands. Walk your foot back if you like towards the center of your mat. Place those blocks off to the side. Step your left leg back. All right, and I just want to wiggle the legs a little bit. You can move into a few rounds of cat-cow just to release some of that concentrated energy. It feels really nice. Or if you like to practice down dog, you could also come into down dog and just pedal your feet here. And then maybe just take one more round of whatever you're doing. And then just slowly, once again, lie down onto your front, onto your tummy. And once again, come into crocodile pose. Again, just neutralizing the body. Big toes touching, letting the heels flop out to the side. Surrendering the weight of your body down to the floor. So really have that sense of letting go. Take this time to now notice the whole front of your body. And then take this time to notice the whole back of your body. And then notice your entire body as you allow your body to breathe itself. Inhale and exhale. So just using your hands for support, please just bring yourself up. And we're going to move into butterfly pose. Okay, so you'll need if you like to sit on a blanket, you can sit on a folded blanket. Otherwise, just sit on your yoga mat. As you come into butterfly pose, a couple things here, or more than a couple things, maybe like 3 or 4 things. Once you make the shape with your body, if your knees are up like this, that's just a general indication that you're tight in the hips and the lower back. So my suggestion would be to take a yoga block, sit right on top of the yoga block, and that's going to give more space for your hips and your lower back, okay, as well as your pelvis. And then when you're creating the shape with your legs, if you want a little bit more space for the lower back and the hips, have a bigger diamond shape with the legs. So when you fold forward, that's going to create more room there. If you're used to bringing your feet closer towards you and you want more of a direct stretch into the groins and the inner thighs, and it will be a little bit more intense, then you just bring your feet closer towards you. So just depending on where you're at today. I'm going to have a bigger diamond shape here. So either just catching your ankles or your feet, soften the shoulders down. You can close your eyes or just have a very soft focus. And again, mindfully relax your face. We'll take a breath here. Inhale. And exhale, you're going to fold forward. So as you fold forward, if you do have a block, you could place a block on top of your feet and then just rest your forehead on the block. Or even if you have 2 yoga blocks, you need a little bit more height, you can do that as well. You don't need blocks, you can practice without. Okay, so I'm going to let you steep in this pose for about 3 minutes, so it is going to be a longer hold. Just be mindful to keep the shoulders relaxed, head relaxed. If you are experiencing some tension in your neck, you could move your head slowly from side to side, just to release some of that tension. And then eventually you want to move into that place of stillness. As you start to move into that place of stillness, I invite you to begin to cultivate your conscious breath. So, what I mean by that is just simply slowing down your inhale and slowing down your exhale. So, your breath becomes spacious and expansive. Breathing into those areas again that may be feeling tight or congested. Allowing your breath to do the work for you. So there's less pushing, just more breathing. Breathing into your lower back, into your hips, into your inner thighs. Exhale, soften your hips, soften your inner thighs. Okay, you're almost there. Another 45 seconds. Okay, so just start to take one more breath here. Inhale. And then if you like, exhale through your mouth. Okay, and then just mindfully, slowly roll all the way up. And then when you come up to the top, just pause there for half a moment, just letting things settle in your spine. And then when you're ready, bring your legs together and then just shake your legs out. And then you can actually just lean back on your elbows and then move your legs from side to side, which feels really good. Okay, so at this point, you are going to make your way down onto your back. What I'd like you to have is a yoga belt. If you don't have a yoga belt, you can either just catch the back of your leg for this next pose, or you can use a long scarf, or as I mentioned, a dog leash. Okay, I like to place a blanket under the head. So the reason for having a prop under the head is if your chin is poking up towards the ceiling, that's going to compress the back of your neck. So when you have a prop under your head, like a blanket, it's going to give more support for the neck and the head. So without any further ado, just have your legs bent, feet flat on your mat, and you're just going to take your yoga belt and wrap it around the ball of your right foot. If you do have sensitivity in your lower back, you're going to keep your left leg bent. Otherwise, just extend your left leg long. If you are extending your left leg long, I do want you to have a little bit more activity or dynamic quality through that left leg and foot so it's engaged with the body, so it's not really floppy. And once you start to create this shape in your body, again, just be mindful to soften your shoulders down away from your ears. We're just going to take a few moments just to flow this out to lubricate the lower back as well as the hamstring. Okay, so just take a breath in and exhale, bend your right leg. Inhale, straightening the leg. And exhale, bend the leg. And again, inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the leg. Inhale, straighten the leg. Okay, and we're just going to pause here in stillness for about a minute. If you're really tight in your right hamstring, my suggestion is to keep the right leg bent so you're not overstretching or pulling your hamstring too much. You can still keep a lot of activity into your right foot and toes. Right? If your hamstring is happy and healthy, then you can work with that straight leg. And once again, just be mindful that your shoulders are relaxed down away from your ears. Keep your eyes open, but just have a very soft focus. Right? Smooth, steady inhale. Smooth, steady exhale. Almost there. Okay, so just take one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Bottom of your exhale breath, just bend your right leg. Okay, and then bend your left leg. You're going to place your yoga belt off to the side. We're going to move into a pose called thread the needle. Some of you might also know it as figure four. So you're just bringing your right ankle on top of your left thigh, right? And just pause here and just notice. Do you notice a lot of tension in the left hip, the hip socket, the inner thigh, the hip, the groin? So we're going to call this stage one. If this is enough work for you, then just stay here in stage one. If you'd like to move into stage two, you're going to pick your left foot up off your mat and either take hold of the underside of your leg or on top of the shin. If it's difficult for you to grab your leg, you're going to take a belt and then just wrap the belt around the leg. I'm threading my right arm through that window of the right leg and then just hanging onto the belt that way, right? Particularly if you have a lot of tension in the upper body, your neck and shoulders are really tight, the belt option might be better for you. As I start to just linger in this pose, if you want to add a bit of movement, you can just start to rock from side to side. This helps to create a bit more space in the body to receive this pose. And then again, just moving back to that center. And then just take a moment to notice the upper body. Once again, soften the shoulders down. If your chin is poking up towards the ceiling, either fold that blanket underneath your head a bit more, or you could even place a yoga block under your head, and that will give you even more support. Bring a little bit more dynamic energy into your right foot and toes. So my right foot is flexed, and I'm flaring my toes. I'm keeping my eyes open, but just have a very soft focus so there's no straining through your eyes. We'll just take some grounding breaths together here. Exhale through your nose. Breathing into your belly, into your lower back, into your right hip and inner thigh. Exhale, relaxing your belly, relaxing your right hip and inner thigh. Inhale, space into your body, into all of those areas that are feeling a bit more tight or congested, particularly in the hip, the glute, the piriformis. Exhale, allowing those areas of tension to soften. So if you're feeling you could go a little bit further here, if your body and mind are agreeing to that, some of you might be able to start to hug your left thigh closer towards your body. And when you do that, you'll notice how that increases sensation, right? If your neck is okay as you hug your leg in, you could also lift your head up towards your legs. Right? You don't need to stay there the entire time, maybe just a few breaths and then just lower the head down. Okay, we're just going to hang out here for about another 45 seconds. You're almost there. If you notice that your tailbone is popping off your yoga mat, that's okay. But if you have that room, then you can start to lengthen and release the tailbone down. That may move your thigh a little bit further away from your body, no problem. Just allow that to happen. But it just creates a different sensation in the body. So we'll just take one more breath here. Inhale and exhale through your mouth. Bottom of your exhale breath. Just lower your left foot down, then lower your right leg down. From here, you can either just place one hand on the chest, other hand on the belly, or just bring your arms out to the side. And from here, just move your legs from side to side, just to find some release. And then just bring your legs back to the center. Take a breath in. Exhale, hug your right leg in towards your body. Extend your left leg long. Again, keep that dynamic energy into your left leg, foot, and toes. Soften and relax your shoulders down, chin level with your forehead. Take a breath in and exhale. Okay, keeping your hands on top of your right knee. Inhale, just move your right thigh away from you. Exhale, hug the leg in. We'll do that again. Inhale, moving your thigh away from you. Exhale, hug your leg in. And then one more time like this. Inhale, moving your leg away from you. Exhale, hug your leg in. Okay, and so from here, you're going to move into a twist. So what I want you to do is just shift your hips a little bit more over towards the right side of your yoga mat, and then you're going to bring your leg over to the left side of your body, right? So you can bring your left hand on top of your right knee. You can bring your right arm out to the side in a T position. You can keep your focus up towards the ceiling, or you can turn your head so you're looking over the right shoulder. Just notice if your right shoulder is really coming off your mat. If it is, that's okay. But what you can do is just give yourself a very subtle adjustment here. You can think about shifting your rib cage a little bit more over towards the left side of your yoga mat, and automatically that's going to give some more space for your chest and shoulders here. And you may notice your right shoulder will release down a bit more. Again, soften and relax your face, and we'll take some grounding breaths together here. Exhale through your nose. Breathing into your belly, into your lower back. Exhale, soften and relax your belly. Soften and relax your lower back. Breathing into your mid-chest and mid-back, into any tension that you may be experiencing there. Exhale, soften and relax your mid-chest and mid-back. Inhale, breathing into your upper chest and upper back. Exhale, soften and relax your upper chest and upper back. So I didn't mention this at the beginning, but if you're feeling you need a little bit more support in your twist, you could also place a yoga block underneath your right knee, and that's going to give you more support in this twist, as we will be hanging out here for another 2 minutes. So this is just going to be a longer hold. So you may just want to grab an extra prop to place under your right knee to support the body and support the lower back. What I want you to focus on is just simply cultivating a smooth, steady inhale and a smooth, steady exhale. So your breath is equal in length and quality. If your breath is starting to become a little bit more ragged or jagged, that's generally an indication in more of a gentle type of yoga class that you're working too hard. Okay, so you always want to be in a space in your body where you can cultivate that smooth, steady inhale and exhale. Noticing how sensations may be staying the same, they may be moving around, or even just dissipating. Almost there. Okay, so just start to take one more breath here. Inhale, and then if you like, exhale through your mouth. Okay, so if you're looking over the right shoulder, just bring your head back to the center. And then mindfully just unwind your body, coming out of the twist, shift your hips back, and then please just hug your right leg in towards your body. Just hang out there for a moment, soften and relax your shoulders down. Notice how sensations may be changing in the body. And then when you're ready, you can just hug your left leg in. Hands can be on top of your knees or underneath your knees, and you can either just rock slowly from side to side, or maybe just move your knees in a circle one way a few times, just to massage the sacrum, and then the other way a few times. Okay, inhale and exhale. Okay, so please just lower your feet down onto your mat. Going to move on to the other side now. So once again, you're just going to take your yoga belt and wrap it around the ball of your left foot. If you have sensitivity in your lower back, keep your right leg bent. Otherwise, extend your right leg long. Take this moment to soften and relax your shoulders down. Okay, and we're just going to add that gentle flow here. So take a breath in and exhale, bend your left leg. Inhale, straightening the leg. Exhale, bending the leg. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend your leg. Inhale, straightening your leg. And again, if you're really tight in that hamstring, keep the left leg bent a little bit so there's the less pulling on the hamstring. Keep activity into your left foot and toes, as well as keep that dynamic quality into your right leg, foot, and toes if that leg is extended long. Soften your shoulders down, and we'll stay here for 5 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2, gently lengthening your lower back. Inhale. Exhale, 3, gently lengthening your hamstring. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bottom of your exhale breath, just bend your left leg, bend your right leg, place your yoga belt off to the side, and you're going to bring your right ankle on top of your left ankle on top of your right thigh bone. Okay, so this is stage 1. If this is enough work for you, then just stay here. Stage 2, pick your right foot up off your mat. Either take hold of the underside of the right leg or on top of your right shin. Remember, you can use a yoga belt around the right leg if you need to. And you're just going to rock a little bit from side to side, creating a bit more space in the hip, in the lower back. And then you're just going to come back into stillness here. Just going to stay here for 2 full minutes. Soften and relax the shoulders down. Soften and relax your face. Breathing deeply into your body to create space into those areas that are feeling stuck. And with each exhale breath, allow your body to soften. Just surrender a little bit more into this pose. Anytime you need to adjust your body, of course, just take that time to adjust your body, no problem. Smooth, steady inhale. Smooth, steady exhale. If you're feeling you go a little bit further, some of you might be able to hug your right thigh a bit closer towards you. You may notice how that increases sensation into the left hip, glute piriformis. You may even want to lift your head up. When you're lifting your head up, you can just stay there for a few breaths and then lower your head back down. Or you may want to work in that variation of releasing the tailbone down towards your yoga mat. Notice how that changes sensations in the body. Smooth, steady inhale. We're almost there. Smooth, steady exhale. So we'll just take one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Bottom of your exhale breath, just lower your right leg down, lower your left foot down, both feet flat on your mat, and then you can just move your legs from side to side. Okay, and then when you're ready, just bring the legs back to the center. Just hug your left leg in towards your body. Extend your right leg long. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Take a breath in and exhale. Inhale, just move your left thigh away from your body. Your arms are going to just straighten out a bit. And then exhale, hug the left thigh in. Two more times. Inhale, thigh moving away from your body. Exhale, hug your leg in. And then last time, inhale, thigh moving away from your body. Exhale, hug your leg in. Now we're just going to set up for your twist. Okay, so just shift your hips and butt a little bit more over to the left side of your yoga mat. If you want to place a yoga block underneath your left knee, have that block available. Bring your leg over to the right side, and then you can also just place that block underneath your right knee. As I just move my yoga belt out of the way. There we go. Okay, so your right hand can be on top of the left knee, left arm out to the side. Focus can be up towards the ceiling, or you can turn your head so you're looking over your left shoulder. And again, notice if your left shoulder is off your yoga mat, you may just want to shift your rib cage a little bit more over to the right side of your yoga mat, softening through the upper body, the chest, and the shoulders. You can close your eyes or just have a very soft focus. And again, we'll take some grounding breaths together here. Exhale through your nose. Breathing into your belly, into your lower back. Exhale, soften and relax your belly and your lower back. Breathing into your mid-chest, into your mid-back. Any congestion there, create space with your breath. Exhale, soften and relax your mid-chest and mid-back. Inhale, breathing into your upper chest and upper back. Exhale, soften and relax your upper chest and upper back. Just cultivating that nice, smooth, steady inhale. And smooth, steady exhale. You're almost there. So just take one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. If you're looking over the shoulder, just bring your head back to the center and then just mindfully unwind your body, coming out of the twist, shifting your hips slowly, mindfully back to the center as you slowly and mindfully hug your left leg in towards your body. Soften and relax the shoulders. Just pause here for a moment. Inhale and exhale. And then as you're ready, please just hug your right leg in towards your body. And you can rock from side to side. Or again, just moving your knees in a circle one way a few times. And then the other way a few times. Just bring your legs back to the center, hands on top of your knees or underneath your knees. Take a big breath in. And if your neck is okay, exhale, lift your head up towards your knees as you relax the shoulders down. And then just lower your head down onto your mat. Lower your feet down onto your mat, and you're going to prepare for Shavasana, your time of rest and relaxation. So for Shavasana, you can, if you have two yoga blocks, you can just place two yoga blocks under your legs, or if you have a yoga bolster or a big cushion or some pillows, you can also place those under your legs. I welcome you to place a blanket under your head or a pillow under your head. And if you're feeling a little bit chilly, please place a blanket over your body. You can cover your eyes. If you have an eye pillow, you can use an eye pillow over your eyes or a light scarf, or just simply close your eyes. And we're going to rest in Shavasana for about 5 minutes. Hands can be resting on your body, or you can have your arms by your side. And I invite you just to sense the weight and the heaviness of your bones, your muscles, and your flesh. Notice the flow of your gentle, soft breath moving in and out of your nose. Notice your thoughts that are coming and going, just like clouds passing by in the sky. In this moment, there's really no need to attend to those thoughts. There's lots of time to do that later. So rather, I invite you to move into that space where you can let yourself be, letting go of any pulling or pushing or constricting, whether that be on a physical, mental, or an emotional level. I invite you to give yourself permission to relax, unwind. Allow yourself to rest in a place of ease and well-being. You have nowhere to be and nothing to do, but just simply being present to this experience of rest and relaxation. Just starting now to come to the end of practice. If you want to stay in Shavasana for a while, for a little longer, no problem. Just stay exactly where you are. If you're ready to come out, you can just start to bring some gentle movement into your fingers and toes, awakening your physical body. You might want to bring your arms behind you and gently stretch your body. Taking a big breath in and out. And then as you're ready, please just roll over onto your side and just rest there for a few moments. I'm going to bring myself up, but you just stay on your side and keep your eyes closed. Just quietly coming back into your waking self. And then as you're ready, just use your hands for support. Please just bring yourself up, coming into your comfortable seated position. When you get there, you can close your eyes or just have a soft focus. Just take this moment again to notice perhaps any subtle changes within you. If you don't notice much, that's fine too. Just being present to your experience, everything just as it is. And then as you're ready, you can just bring your hands by your heart center, Anjali Mudra, which is just simply a gesture of gratitude and thanks. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Hopefully I'll see you again.